What's your typical trade size?
Trade size, day trade, it can be, because on one of my day trading strategies, they're both trend based. One of them has got a variable stop, and one of them is a fixed stop. So a fixed stop size, sorry, in terms of risk. So the stop always be, on either one, the stop's always variable. So it could be anything from, for the sake of argument, £15 a point up to £45 a point. But in terms of percentage of capital risk, it's never any more than 1%.
How do you manage your risk?
I keep it simple. Risk management is very, very simple. The problem is it's the human behind it that's the issue. So I will be in no more than 3 day trades at any one point and no more than 1% per trade. Now I know that's my upper limit. So I will have no more than 3% of my capital at risk. But I know, looking at my trades, because I record them and keep track of what I'm doing, is I tend to only be in 2 trades at once at 0.5%. So I've only really got 1% of my account at risk. And I say to my students, is your objective is your risk management strategy should be for the dumbest trader on earth. So you should be able to sit there, and even if you are the worst ever trader, you won't blow your account because you're risking a very small percentage of your overall capital.
How do you determine if a trade has failed other than its performance after entry?
The only way is if I've got into the trade. So a failure to me, I mean, a losing trade isn't a failure to me. A trade that's a failure is a trade where I've either consciously broken my rules and gone into the market when I shouldn't, or, interesting enough, a failure to get into a trade. So all of my criteria have been met, but for some reason I've chosen not to get into the trade. So essentially a failure to me is a breaking of your trading rules.
Can you explain any particulars concerning your stop loss methods?
Stop loss method is, on my day trading, it's a fixed stop in terms of the ratio. So I'm looking for a minimum of 2 to 1. So if my trade, I'm looking at a previous high, and the distance between my previous high and my entry is 50 points, then by default my stop is going to be 25 points. So stop is going to be half of my target. But the next trade that comes along, it may look similar, but the distance between entry and target is 100 points, so that stop's 50. So the stop in terms of points varies, but in terms of minimum risk, I'm looking to go in at 2 to 1, and it's never more than 1% of the entire account.